Okay, y'all, we're at the Georgia Mountain Fair and we're waiting for the fireworks. We're also waiting for a storm. But while the storm was coming, a beautiful ray of sunshine walked in, and her name is
Kinley.
And you are
Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025.
Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025. Now, what did it take to become Miss Georgia Mountain Fair 2025?
Well, for me, it took a lot of courage and convincing from my mama.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
There's always a mama pushing you.
Definitely, and she pushes me to do all the things that I possibly can. And this was something that for me, I've looked forward to since I was a little girl. I can remember growing up and seeing the parade and going to events here. So definitely the courage to just be able to get up on stage and be my authentic self. And just honestly putting yourself out there is the biggest challenge into becoming Miss Georgia Mountain Fair, because it's not just the pageant, it's realizing that you're interacting with the entire community.
Absolutely.
And you have to be comfortable in yourself as a person. So this was definitely a learning curve for me, and definitely a lot of self-growth went into it. Outside of just putting on a dress and walking across the stage, there's so much more to it.
I was going to say, besides being absolutely stunningly gorgeous,
Thank
is there a talent part to this?
There is. It's not required. That bode well for me, because my shower head and my steering wheel are about the only audience that needs to be hearing me sing.
Okay.
I definitely was not blessed in the talent area, but they have a talent portion that's optional. We did have one girl in the pageant that sang this year, and she did a Benson Boone song, and I'm a big fan of him, and I think she did wonderful with that song. That in and of itself takes a whole lot of guts to be able to get up and perform in front of people. So kudos to the ones that do it. I was cheering her on from the backstage and dancing around, probably looking a little odd, but I was having a great time. And
that's cool that you supported her, though. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what it's about. That's really what life is about.
The girls that I, did the pageant with, I don't even want to use the word like competed with, just because that doesn't really encapsulate it. We were texting and asking, what are you wearing for your interview? Do you think this is going to look okay? It wasn't like we were competing against each other. It honestly felt like we were just bonding.
We that's awesome.
All got together and got along so wonderfully from the jump that we have a group text, and even after the pageant we were texting each other, congratulating each other, and just talking. So it's not like, I think people hear the word pageant and you're competing in a pageant and they think it's this catty thing.
Nasty little girls.
It's not, and I think especially with the age division that's specifically for the pageant, I think that's a really good age, because you've come to understand that people are different, and it's good to embrace that difference. I learned a lot about myself from the other girls, and them encouraging me in areas where I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should cover up the twang of my voice, because I know there's a lot of people that are like, okay, can you repeat that for me? But they encouraged me to be my authentic self, and I hope that I was, just as encouraging.
Honey, you're in the
for
mountains.
them.
If you were anything besides authentic, people would not welcome you.
Fair enough.
Because it's got to be the real deal, and you are truly the real deal. And let me ask you this: have you ever watched the movie Miss Congeniality?
I have.
Did you crack up at her?
Yes.
Is that not a great movie?
I love that. Me and my parents were both talking about it right before the pageant. Because Dad was like, look, here's what to do and what not to do.
I love it.
I love it. It's a staple in our household. We love that movie.
So what's in your future?
In my future right now, outside of doing all the events here, which I'm beyond stoked for, I'm currently enrolled in college at UNG, so I'm pursuing my degree in nursing.
Good.
So I'll have my pharmacology classes and all of my basic medicinal courses coming up, and of course my clinicals that go along with it. So pretty much just education and work for the time that's not here.
Are you going to the Blue Ridge campus?
No, I'm down in Dahlonega.
Okay.
I got me a little drive going on.
You do,
But it's so beautiful. And the people there, it reminds me a lot of Hiwassee, and that's why I ended up picking to go there. I kind of wanted to see what it was like to be out on my own. But close enough to where if I wanted to come home and spend the weekend with my family, I could. And that bodes well with, the title and being able to be like, I can come to this event on a Friday. I'll be here at this time. I get out of class at 3. I'll see you then. So I'm very fortunate.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to ask you this because we came the back roads from Ball Ground. It took us twice as long as if we had jumped on 515. But if you drive to Dahlonega every day, don't you see something beautiful and new every single day?
Oh yeah.
If you go the back roads, that is Georgia. That is what Georgia really is.
It's Georgia untouched for sure.
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
take the back roads. It may take me a little bit longer, but in my opinion, it almost feels safer than being on
Oh, yeah.
the main roads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather, if my biggest worry is having to look out for wildlife, I will take it any day. And
That's
especially
it.
like once it gets towards the fall, seeing everything change
Yeah.
and the colors, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Just honestly taking in the view. It's me, my radio, and the view when I'm driving. So I love it.
So now you have to tell people, but don't tell everybody because then the roads will be packed. It'll be me and you and all those other people.
Oh, yeah.
So don't tell everybody. Just tell the people you like about the back roads. Yeah, that makes
Oh, yeah.
sense. Well, thank you for doing this, and congratulations.
Well, thank
you are
you.
so precious, and
Well,
I know
appreciate
that everybody is very, very happy that you are representing Towns County and Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds.
Well, I
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.